Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. It is Valentine's 2022. I went and got some stuff. I got some cool flowers. Let me actually just show you what I got. So I got my wife some cool flowers. I got the kids each flowers. I even got my son flowers because why can't boys have flowers as well? But scope it out, guys. So I got from The Garden, Quality Events and Design. Chrissy and her team are freaking amazing. And then, of course, Pren Bakery out here in Reno. So we got this. It was pickup today. My wife went early and got like everybody's stuff this yesterday for today. And I feel like a jerk because I did order my stuff, but it just wasn't ready until today. So guys, I've been focusing on not talking about this, wanting to talk about it. And I think I just have to kind of film a video on it to kind of help anybody that's in the wedding industry, trying to put their name out there and doing the things they're supposed to be doing, right? We're doing the things we're supposed to be doing, but something always kind of comes in the way. And today we're going to talk a little bit about bridal fairs, how they're supposed to be run, what they're supposed to be doing, and how they're supposed to benefit you as a vendor. And if these things don't come into play, then really the bridal fair kind of failed you. So let's talk about it now. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Jeremy with Jeremy Lou Photography. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. If you're new, please consider subscribing. Video helps, give it a thumbs up and then click that bell for notifications. It'll tell you every time I come on. So recently I did a bridal show, and I don't do many bridal shows. Actually, in fact, in our area in Reno, Nevada, there's only a couple, and they're kind of run by the same company. We used to have a couple more, and the American Heart Association used to do a really good one, but they decided to leave and not be part of Reno anymore, so we don't have it anymore. In fact, as president of Weddings of the West, we're actually working on our own kind of bridal crawl. And by the time you see this video, the crawl will have happened, and we don't know. So, I don't know how it works, but we want something new and different. But here's how bridal fairs work, guys, right? You pay a fee to get a booth at a bridal fair. And what the bridal fair is supposed to do is they're supposed to advertise, push out to all eligible brides, hopefully that are getting married in the next couple years, to come and view you. You set up a booth, you put out your best of best, you put out some discounts, you put out some candy, you put out some cool things that you got going on, and you dress nice, you get there, you get anxious, and as people come up, your introvert becomes an extrovert, and you start talking to everyone. You start telling about your services, juggling this person to this person, this person to this person, asking them how to fill out forms, maybe doing a little raffle. I use QR codes to kind of send me information. And the goal is that it's a numbers game. You get overwhelmed. You get 500, 600, 700 emails, names of brides that are getting married. And if you miss that, the cool thing is the bridal show is actually going to give you a list of everybody that's registered, including their wedding date and maybe the services they're looking for. So they'll have something checked off like needing photographer, DJ, coordinator, and so forth. So then when you get home or that night, typically you're on the computer, you're literally just emailing people, blasting out emails saying, hey, thanks so much for coming to the bridal show. Here's what I have to offer. Please contact me if you're still looking for a photographer, and we can go from there. And that's how it's supposed to run. By the end of the day, you're exhausted because you spent one whole day setting up, you spent half a day breaking down, loading up your car, maybe 2 or 3 trips, asking friends for help, making stuff happen. That's what's supposed to happen, and that's what it's supposed to do. Because then you generate these leads, right? You have all these leads that come in and they funnel down. And as you start emailing, leads start going away. You get 500 leads, they start going away, 400, 300, 200. And hopefully at the end of the day, you get 20 to 30 people who are interested. And after that, 5 or 10 people that actually book you for their wedding. And so if you spent $1,000, $800 on this fair, but you're able to make $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 on the wedding, that's a success, right? On the weddings coming up. That's a success, and that's what we do. Well, I don't know what's going on in Reno now. I just did a bridal fair, and I did what everybody else did. I tried to explain everything that I wanted to do. So I set up my booth, I went, I had a good time. It was at a local casino, and it was by a company who's run bridal fairs every single year. And I don't know if they didn't have marketing dollars, if they just don't care anymore, but the bridal fair that I did wasn't successful. I talked to maybe 40 brides that were there, and I want to say there were probably 200, 250 brides that actually ended up coming. Some of the brides that were there were actually weddings that I've already booked, And I did book 2 or 3, I solidified 2 or 3 weddings because of it, so I consider that a little successful. But those were actually brides that I was already talking to, and I actually told them to come to the bridal fair because I was like, hey, I'll be there. If you're gonna be there, come say what's up, and I'll kind of point you to other vendors as well to kind of hang out with. But nobody was there. It was dead. It was 4 hours long, and it was a lot of standing around, a lot of talking to other vendors. You know, it just wasn't busy, and we all felt this. I didn't get a talk about, I didn't get a talk to, nobody from the wedding coordinator, the bridal fair itself, what am I trying to say? Nobody from the bridal fair itself actually came and talked to me or asked how everything was going. We didn't get a shout out on anything. There was nothing that was going on that actually made it look like the vendors were part of this thing. And it's weird to me because as a bridal fair coordinator, your job is to make sure that the vendors are happy, make sure the photographers are happy. The vendors are actually what's paying the booths to be there. We're paying $700 to $1,000 for our booths to be there. So if you have happy vendors who are paying for 50, 60, 70 booths, that's how you make your money. It's not really on the brides that are coming in. Yes, the brides are maybe paying $10, $15 a ticket to come in, but the bulk of your money should be coming from vendors. Also, when I know that it's only 250 brides that are coming in, they're only pulling $2,500 from that event, from the brides themselves. So most of the money is coming from the vendors. Nobody came to say what's up. Nobody asked how everything was going. It wasn't vendor targeted. And in turn, the vendors weren't able to push out information. In fact, I didn't get any emails before or after the event on how to push out information to let people know. There was no billboards done. There was no ads done. It was all this general Facebook. And if you guys are on Facebook now, you know that ads on Facebook aren't really what they are. They weren't even sponsored ads. They were just, an ad from the page shared a bunch of times. And that's just not how it worked. In fact, even after the event, I contacted the person that set up the bridal fair and said, hey, I didn't get the bridal list after. And if you guys do bridal fairs, you know that you need to get this list within 48 hours to make an impact. 48 hours after, they have seen so many different vendors. They're now emailing people, calling people, doing whatever. And if I don't have that list to send out, it's not gonna happen. Well, sadly, the coordinator of the whole bridal fair wrote to me and said, I'm just not sending it to you because I don't want to. And it's a real big bummer. It's a real big bummer that they're alienating and doing these little things. And I won't go into why they're alienating me and a couple other vendors. Just know that, our crawl is coming up. They got wind of it and they're upset. They're upset that we're doing our own bridal fair through Reno. And, it's gonna be epic and amazing. So this video really answers the question, because we get this all the time and I just hate answering this question. Are bridal fairs worth it? The answer is yes, but you have to have a good bridal fair in order to do it. If any vendor came to this last bridal fair that we just did and now judges bridal fair based off of that, they're never gonna do one again. And it's just because it was so poorly run. Every bridal fair that I've attended, any expo I've attended, have always been amazing, but you kind of know that when one is bad. And since this one was so bad, I really hope that they don't look at other ones in the future and go, I won't ever do one because I don't get anything from it. I don't get anything from it. I was able, even with 50 weddings, 50 brides, I was able to book 3 full weddings based off of that. So I was able to make, $25,000 theoretically for the next year, which is good. Would I have wanted a lot more? Yes, for the time that I took. I mean, I was on vacation the day before. I came early back from vacation to do this show. And the simple fact that the people running it, the bridal fair, just don't give a crap. They don't care about the vendors. They don't care about sending out the leads. They run it in a very lazy way, and they don't think we know. And now we know. So that's what it is. Research bridal fairs. Look up bridal fairs. Look up the attendees. Look up the exhibitors. Exhibitionists. Look up the vendors that are going to be there. See if it's worth it to you. It's even a great networking thing, even if in a downtime. There's usually an hour of downtime that something happens, lunch or whatever. Usually there's food involved. Usually there's meals and stuff where people can go to have, so they don't get starving when they're walking around and get hungry, and they're not relying on my Snickers bars or my Pop Rocks to keep them going. That's what it's supposed to be. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Have you gone to a bridal fair and it's just been crap? Have you gone to one that's been great? I'd love to talk about it. Thanks, guys.